And a very, very welcome to the Aquarian Temple. It is good to have you here. We will go over what the Aquarian is, why it is, who's a part of it, and how we're going to make this thing happen. How we are making this thing happen. The Aquarian has had multiple gatherings where we've done ceremony and education and communal gathering, which is what this is all about, is gathering people in community, addressing the pandemic of the isolated. The modern person is often not attracted to organized religion, but still has a sense of spirituality. The Aquarian is offering community for such people, even for those who have no spiritual proclivity. This is a place for community because essentially it is humanitarian. The Aquarian is a spiritual revolution, a religious reformation. It is challenging the world religions and their leaders to adopt a theology that holds each and every human being up equally in their human dignity. The Aquarian welcomes the advent of the technological revolution with the ability to gather and share information. In doing so, it takes a historically critical approach to religion, and after applying such methods, it has come to the conclusion that many of these stories are allegorical, metaphorical, and that we have been given a literal version of these stories to control us. We are sharing the hidden, esoteric, mysterious teachings of these religions in hopes that people will come out of a more literal tradition so that they are more inclusive in their ideologies and behaviors. And essentially, that's what Aquarian is. It's a reformation of religion. Just because religion has been used and done horrible things doesn't mean in itself it's essentially bad. Perhaps the human being even has something in them that needs some type of communal spiritual experience, which is, many find it in rock concerts or sports team adherence or political party adherence or nationalism, patriotism. Some things that fill that void when religion is taken out of the mix. What Aquarian is syncretic in that it sees the similarities between many religions and it seeks to build upon that. It is offering answers to our division. It is taking on the body of what might be called a faith community, even though we have no faith or dogmas or strict rules that one must adhere by. The only general idea or command is to don't hurt anybody else. If we have a theology, an ideology that has another person, another people, a great population that needs to get wiped off the face of the earth in order for something to unfold, that someone's interpretation of their scripture has it, then that's a theology that needs to be addressed. Each and every individual expression of Aquarianism is going to reflect the community in which it finds itself. The way that I reflect Aquarianism through the Aquarian Temple is going to have a certain look and feel, but we should have some certain commonalities. The commonality is that we challenge the religious institutions in place to adopt a more loving humanitarian ideology and teaching and practice. We seek to educate on the religious studies. We look to share the deeper, esoteric, hidden meanings within these religious stories with the hope that we could get through the divisions and the walls that literal interpretations have brought about. Just because we figured out that lots of these religious stories are not historical doesn't mean that we have to fall back into nihilistic materialism. The Aquarianism very much leaves open the possibility for there being spirituality. The psyche is the soul. It recognizes the need for us to come together in community, to be with each other in times of grieving, loss, and celebrations, weddings, funerals. Still celebrate at a funeral. Really didn't like the guy. No, I'm joking. So this is an alternative to the Abrahamic faith. But what it does with the Abrahamic faiths, it reforms them, showing the allegorical, metaphorical meanings of these stories, interpreting them in such that they are not condemning of another people as less than human. It is reapproaching our religious traditions with this added information that we've gained through the technological revolution and what it's done for our ability to gather and share information. It's really opened up the scriptures, if you will, and showed us that lots of this has been used as mind control and manipulation and continues through our government. We like to think there's a separation between church and government, religion and politics. That's not true. It's a rebellious kind of attitude we have. It's also a kind of hippie attitude we have. The Aquarian seeks out other religious traditions, even outside of Abrahamic faith, such as some of the great ones that we had before Judeo-Christianity came through and wiped out indigenous cultures. So we look to revivify them. And in doing so, we often come across the image of the mother goddess, reconnecting with earth instead of looking to rape it and subdue it. An equality between the sexes whilst celebrating the differences of them and their compatibility. We celebrate life. We honor the dead. We are open and inclusive. We're loving. We're fun. We're cool. We're breaking out of a 2,500-year-old, 4,500-year-old religious Iron Age mindset. We're getting rid of any need of a human sacrifice. In the Aquarian, we're bringing in, instituting the sacrament of the Aquarian, which is a water blessing, bloodless, animal sacrifice-less. We give thanks for the earth, for sacrificing its life for us so that to sustain us. We lift up the divine feminine equally together with the divine masculine into the need of them both. Who am I to be telling you these things? This is not about me. We are anti-guruism, anti-clericalism, anti-papist, anti-cult of the celebrity. This is a communal thing whilst celebrating individuality. We're looking to further each other in the process of self-individuation, consciousness, evolvement, psychological health, wellness, mind, body, soul, one. New Ageism will take on, but we're still look to New Ageism with a critical eye as well. We see some of the same critiques of Christianity can be applied to New Ageism. Sit back and wait. There's a shift happening. Just, it's all going to change one day when someone floats down on the clouds or the chosen one arrives. We don't look to the Hereafter, we look to do our best in the here and now, and we take spiritual sovereignty, and this will reflect out into the world. We're taking on the body of what may look like a religion to address religion, to step in the arena and engage them in meaningful ways, in constructive dialogue, and in healing, ultimately, is what we're trying to do here. We've all suffered trauma. We've all been isolated. And this is a coming together on common grounds without ignoring our differences, addressing them lovingly, peacefully, understandably, and courageously. I have a master's degree in theology. I worked as a director of religious education and faith formation for Catholic schools and churches. Trained to be a Catholic priest, have since broken out of the Abraham matrix, which includes Judaism and then its spawns of Christianity and Islam. And our critique of any religions in the West that have so much to offer, combined together with the mystical traditions of the West and the East. Beautiful things that we get to learn and share. But in the East, if they have a caste system that has a certain people being untouchables and then the divine king as God, that is not Aquarianism. That is not egalitarianism. I recommend looking up what are the characteristics of an Aquarian, somebody born during the section of the year that's Aquarius. Well, not just a month, but a whole epoch, ion, will be in the age of Aquarius. Our challenge is to enter into it without losing our soul, remaining human, while using the benefits of technology, without getting taken over by it. It's the same thing that we're doing with religion. A computer isn't bad in itself, it's how we use it. A religion isn't bad in itself, perhaps. It's how we use it. Can now we come together and create a better one 2,100, 4,000 years later with our advancement in technology and hopefully consciousness development? Well, that's what the Aquarian is doing. We have get-togethers, ceremonies, celebrations. It might help to set it up around the seasons. You'll see that that's been done before. Astrology is something that is syncretic, that runs through all the religious traditions. So many of people aren't aware of the astral myth as its underpinning. Lots of yogic practices are also in the Bible. Many people don't know about it. Even the goddess Shekinah is in the Bible. Many people don't know about it. It's related to the church and Christianity. We each are going to use our own gifts, unique unto yourself, towards a greater good, collective. The collective consciousness is what we're looking to bring forward. Out of fear, out of hate, out of loneliness, out of depression, out of escapism. We're looking for involvement in very practical ways. This is a very practical thing. This isn't some vision, some dream looking to be sold. This is implemented. College campuses, important place we get. Farmers markets, have a sticker with the Aquarian on it. Do videos that are Aquarian themed. Art, shirts, propaganda, poetry, slam poetry. I thought that. What unique ways. Then we'll build up a community online. I have the Aquarian.tv, the Aquariantemple.com. We'll feature you and see how you are expressing Aquarianism and building community, educating, inspiring. Perhaps we'll even get funded one day by some philanthropy. Doubt it. No, let's put that into the... And so this was an instructional video. And we'll go back to, you'll see how I set up my ceremonies. I introduced the sacrament of the Aquarian, which is a water blessing, to help bring us give us the strength, nourishment to bring us forward courageously. I hope you get what I'm doing. If you have any questions, please do ask. You are loved. The Aquarian.tv. I will feature you on my page. And let's get together. Let's get together and feel alright. Whoa, 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 whoa.